watching Hootsgiving with your host, Hoots. This review is sponsored by Shakalicious XL Gummies. Gummies so big and so good, they make you go, ooh, that's a good gummy. Since we're in the month of Hootsgiving, and with our country being as divided as it is now with recent events, and the shocking amount of meltdowns, I can't think of a better Thanksgiving episode, or episodes, to talk about than 3. And that's the South Park Black Friday Trilogy, which are Season 17, Episodes 7, Black Friday, 8, A Song of Ass and Fire, and 9, Titties and Dragons, respectively. Or a war of what the South Park kids should buy on Black Friday. The Xbox or PlayStation splits them up into 2 factions as Randy takes a job as security for the South Park Mall on the eve of Black Friday and prepares to face the horrors of Black Friday. There will be fighting, bloodshed, there will be great deals, but there will also be
Wiener, 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 wiener,
One wiener next to another wiener.
Who will prevail in the great war of game consoles? Will Randy survive the horrors of Black Friday? And will winter finally come with the dragons and whatever George R.R. Martin claims will come? Find out as we get to South Park Season 17, Episode 7, Black Friday. Also, I decided to talk about the Black Friday trilogy here at the Kingdom of Koopa Keep. And yes, I know about the joke about the name, you don't need to remind me in the comments, as I feel it'll add to the review, rather than just having it at the office. Let me know what you think in the comments if you like this as a setting for the Black Friday reviews. Now then, on with the review. Our tale begins at the South Park Mall, as the mall security are given the rundown on working Black Friday, as Randy volunteered for extra holiday cash, as the veteran of Black Friday commends the volunteers. And we get some nice music that will become the music for South Park The Stick of Truth. And for those who watched my live streams about the Stick of Truth, or Stick of Hoots, you know that I absolutely love the music in South Park, the games, and the music from the show or movies used in the games. It really adds to the games like you're playing a trilogy of South Park, with you as a main character. Also, it's just crazy that this came out 10 years ago, and basically is the sequel to the amazing trilogy, but back to review. We see Cartman going to Kenny's house and asks if he can talk to Lady McCormick about how they can get Xbox Ones. And don't ask why he wanted to be a chick, it's just how he seems to be rolling right now. As Cartman has a meeting of all the Fighters of Zaron in his basement, the Wizard's Chambers, as they discuss how they can get their hands on Xbox Ones at an affordable price by being the first 30 in the mall with the dark magic known as Black Friday. But Grand Wizard Hoots, how could you get you and your friends inside the mall to secure the coveted Xbox One at an affordable price when everyone in town are after the same wicked dark magic as the Black Friday?
On our own, none. But if we plan, strategize, and fight together, we can be the first people inside on Black Friday. And use the 80% to get the gaming systems we need to survive.
I wish ye heroes well on your quest to obtain the precious Xbox Ones at an affordable price. You know, it's funny how everyone just abandoned the Akami Game Sphere. Maybe because the latest update hasn't finished downloading yet. It's been over 10 years. Let me play the games already! But Hoots, you may be asking right now, as you sit on your couch, gaming chair, or whatever you're sitting on, as you eat some delicious cheesy poofs or Doritos and washing it down with a refreshing and energizing Mountain Dew. Will everyone truly go for the Xboxes on Black Friday, or will a rift form between friends on what consoles to play? Will there be betrayal most foul? We'll see later on. We see the news is discussing the upcoming event of the most dark magic, as the citizens of South Park are preparing.
We usually start lining up around 3 a.m. We douse ourselves in pig blood because it does help us slip through the crowd when the doors open. We do it every year, part of the family tradition. Last year we lost our youngest daughter. Her head was stepped on and crushed, but in her memory we're going to find a young girl and step on her head this year.
If anyone thinks they're gonna beat me inside that mall and keep me from getting my kids' Christmas presents, they can kiss my fat cause I'm bringing the motherfucking pain.
As the legions of mindless consumers are preparing for Black Friday, how will the Fighters of Zaron prepare? The fighters prepare by training and getting their wooden swords ready when Butters brings Cartman good news.
They don't salute in Game of Thrones, Butters?
Sorry, I haven't watched it yet.
Okay, we need to start immediately, please.
The House of Greyhawk has agreed to join the fight.
The House of Greyhawk?
Larry and Brad Stolsky.
Cartman asks if there are no others that will fight by their side, and Clyde suggests that they recruit the kids that play Star Trek, and Cartman dismisses them, calling them dorks. Yeah, we don't need no Star Trek nerds geeking up our manly game of fantasy fighters and Game of Thrones-like adventures. Now that's the cool game to play. Yeah. At the mall, Randy talks to someone that witnessed last year's Black Friday and asks if it's really as bad as it is.
The shoppers started showing up at midnight on Thursday. Didn't line up, they just crammed themselves near the main entrance. I could see their faces smushed up against the glass, licking their lips, waiting to get in. God, the sounds that they made. It was 5 a.m. when they opened the doors. There was screaming, blood, people tearing each other's faces off while holiday music played in the background. I saw a woman pick up her daughter by the ankle and swing her into some old guy's head. Before I knew it, they were all around me, biting, clawing. Then a hand reached in and pulled me out. Old Cap. He saved us all that day.
How will the Fighters of Zaron make it to the mall alive, let alone claim their 80% off Xbox Ones, while contending with the horrors of the dreaded shopping hordes? Not gonna lie, this is exactly what you expect from a normal Black Friday, am I right, ladies and gentlemen? Butters and Eric are heading to the Keep, as Butters has started watching Game of Thrones.
Have you ever noticed that almost every time they show a guy's wiener, that guy's character is gay?
What do you mean?
Well, it's just that they have a lot of girls and stuff, but most times they show a man's wiener, it's because that guy's in a love scene with another guy.
I believe you might be missing the greater point of the show, Paladin Butters.
Yeah, I know. Winter is coming and there's dragons and zombies on the way. I'm pretty excited for that. Just could do with a little less gay wiener is all.
Well, that was a weird conversation. Let's move on, shall we? Cartman brings word from the kindergarten that they'll join the fight when...
Those Xbox Ones are as good as ours! Yeah!
Wait. What are you talking about, Xbox Ones? That's what this is all about, Craig. We're all trying to get Xbox Ones on Black Friday. I thought we were getting PlayStation 4s. Me too. No, guys, when I said we're gonna get the next-gen gaming systems, I was obviously talking about Xboxes.
Yeah.
But I want a PS4, not a crappy Xbox.
Look, guys, we all have to agree on one system.
That's right.
If some of us are on PS4s, but the rest of us are on Xboxes, then we all can't play together online, see? This is all about committing to one machine.
And then 4 years later, and crossplay becomes a thing, and people can play games online with their friends on Xbox, PlayStation, and even PC, which I never want to because they have their mice and keyboard, and they seem to aim just a little bit better than a controller. Anyway, we see the rift form between Xbox and PlayStation players on what console everyone should get, and Craig makes a divide on what console to play, and it divides even the closest of friends.
Stan, you're on our side, right?
I like the PS4's controller better.
Stan, the PS4 doesn't have the seamless transition between games, movies, and TV offered by Xbox One.
The PS4 controller has a touchpad interface. You never listened. I told you I thought the PS4 was better, but you never wanted to listen to me, Kyle. You just had your head so set because that's how Xbox people are.
How tragic. Friends fighting friends. What horrors await Black Friday now that the Fighters of Zaron have become two, once friends, now enemies, going after the console of choice. Who will prevail when the bloodshed is over? And who will be left to try and mend the bond that has been broken? Also, just my hooted opinion, but I'm Team PlayStation all day. Sorry, fellow Hoots who chose Xbox, but you just can't beat the PlayStation. And for those who say, "But Hoots, you can play both consoles, we don't need to fight." Well, you can have all the fun you want, Mr. Moneybags. I can afford both consoles. You can sit back on your piles of gold and silver while we fight for a cause. We can play both consoles indeed. Shah! As Randy comes home, we find out the real reason behind his side job as mall security.
You're doing this to try and get to the front of the line on Black Friday, aren't you?
Nobody else has thought of it, Sharon. I won't even be out in the crowd. I'll be on the inside when the doors open. While everyone is trying to run over each other, I'll turn around and run right into the stores. I'll be the first to get whatever I want.
Isn't Black Friday supposed to be about buying things for other people?
Winter's coming, Sharon. And I'm a sneaky little bee. Buzz buzz.
Well, well, the plot thickens like a smooth and creamy chalky red pie as it cools before a final sprinkling of chocolate sprinkles at Hootsgiving dinner with the fam as we see Randy's true intentions. Now let's get back to the South Park kids and see how the game of consoles is going. We see the nerds play their little Starred Nerds game, and Eric asks what console they play before offering them that they can get Xbox Ones for cheap if they join his side. But Kyle is sad that Stan isn't going after an Xbox, and Cartman vows to out Game of Thrones Stan.
Oh, don't even get me started. I keep watching that show and I'm still waiting for the darn dragons to show up and kick everyone's butts. But all I get is wiener, wiener, wiener. It's not all gay wiener, but when they do show a straight guy's wiener, it's all soft and floppy, even though he just got done humping a pretty girl. Why is that? Because a soft wiener isn't threatening, just like a gay wiener.
Butters, you seem to be somewhat obsessed with wieners.
I'm obsessed with wieners. What about HBO? This isn't helping us, Butters.
The Sony people might not be our biggest problem. Twitter says they're introducing a new Elmo doll this Christmas.
As the carrier raven Clyde, it's not Twitter, get with the program, shows that they're announcing a new Elmo doll, and it brings back memories of the horrors of Tickle Me Elmo, and the security has a new reason to fear, while the upper management just stands and stares like monsters. Or whatever. Stan goes to the goth kids to join the fight, and they make a good argument.
We're just gonna wait until the PS4s become cheaper and more available.
Look, I get why Stan is fighting for PS4s. Honestly, it's better just to wait. You know how consoles, when they first come out, are prone to overheating and dying early. So just wait a little bit for a cheaper version to come out that'll last longer than a few months. Or that's just the case with the 360 and PS3. Eric takes Kenny through the Garden of Andros as they talk about Kyle.
Let's face it, Lady McCormick. This is really about you and me getting Xbox Ones. The others are simply there to help us get inside those doors.
And we get a funny reoccurring joke with the poor owner of the garden.
Hey, you kids! Get that out of my yard!
Yeah, dude, this is the Garden of Andros.
No, it's my garden. I'm sick of you kids dressing up and having talks of betrayal in it.
That poor man's gonna deal with a lot of people talking about plots of betrayal in his garden, and each interaction gets funnier as we go along. Randy is doing some window shopping when the captain startles him.
Listen, I know why you took this part-time job. You do? I see it in you. You care about people. Same reason I do it every year. You remind me of my son. He died on Black Friday in '89. Guess I'm still trying to save him. I really appreciate what you're doing. When I see folks like you, it makes me hopeful that people will still be okay. Buzz, buzz.
Not so much of a confident, sneaky little bee, huh, Randy? Now you're just a sad little bee. Buzz, buzz. Hey guys, I'm talking to a sad bee. Buzz, buzz, buzz. Fly away, sad bee. Stan worries that their numbers are few compared to the growing number of Xbox players, as Stan asks what would they do on Game of Thrones, as we go to Sony HQ. And we're just gonna skip the part where the CEO is, having a nice, friendly conversation with a lady, and nothing else. As he's given the flyer that Eric made.
Winter is coming. Choose side. Nani kore?
Just a small town in middle America, but apparently a war is escalating.
Sir, if this were to become a news story, and if the first people inside their mall all got Xboxes, Well, it clearly looks bad for our image.
So Disney.
Now you may not know this, my fellow Hooties, but I'm learning Japanese with the help of Duolingo, and I'm on a 39-day streak, and I still don't know most of what he's saying. Hey, I only know how to order foods and stuff like telling time in a few words. I still got a ways to go. Give me time, fellow Hooties, and soon I'll be speaking fluent Japanese before you know it. Sony raises the stakes by making a Black Friday deal for PS4.
They're offering a special Black Friday bundle called the Black Friday Bundle, which will include 4 controllers, a map of Japan, a $100 rebate, and allow you to automatically pre-order for Metal Gear Solid 5. No doubt Sony has just raised the stakes.
Man, what a deal! How will Cartman's team handle this? While House Xbox trains the new recruits, Randy informs the customers that they can't wait in the line for Black Friday until Thanksgiving night, and offers wristbands as they go mad and attack, as the captain goes to hold back the crazed shoppers and is stabbed.
I'm getting my son that Elmo doll.
Okay, first of all, some creepy groper Elmo is not worth stabbing someone over. But what do you expect in the season of the most wonderful time of the year? Second, what did Randy expect walking out alone to not expect them to stampede on him to get a wristband? Did the others not think to walk out too to help? He gives Randy his cool face scar sticker and tells him he's the leader of the Watch, and it's as tragic as the death of a favorite character from Game of Thrones. Not since the death of Eddard Stark have I seen such a tragic death of a beloved character. Or at least the other security guys really liked him. The other security at the mall really liked him. Why did he have to die? You better have your priorities in order, Randy. What's more important, the safety of your fellow watchmen, or your desire to get great deals? We'll see, won't we, fellow Hooties? The episode ends as Stan gives a speech to his fellow PlayStation players as he inspires them, announcing the new leader that just joined them.
All hail the princess! The princess!
That's right, my fellow Hooties. This is but part 1 of the Black Friday trilogy, which you guys already know since I announced it. Man, South Park really knows how to get us with them cliffhangers, don't they? Who will prevail in the war of the consoles? And what will Randy do on Black Friday? These questions and more will be revealed as the trilogy continues. Thanks for watching, my fellow Hooties. Let me know what you think of the first part of the Black Friday trilogy in the comments. As always, you fellow Hooties' feedback means a lot, and I can't thank you for all of your support. Stay tuned for the next part, where we'll continue the tale in A Song of Ass and Fire, as we find out how Kitty's betrayal has affected Cartman and House Xbox, and we continue the story of Randy and the Mall Watch. Also, who else will join the game of consoles? Tune in to find out, or watch the trilogy beforehand and come back as I talk about it. Until then, I'll see you when you visit Koopa Keep again, and I give my hoot in the dark. Winter is coming. Will you be there when it comes? And dragons! And also, which console will you choose? Stay tuned for part 2. Hootie, 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 hootie. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share with your fam, subscribe today and join the Parliament of Hoots. And let me know what you think of this episode in the comments below. Don't forget to check out my other social medias like Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, and my PlayStation Network account. Don't forget to check out these 2 videos, it'll take you to more of my content, and I can't wait to see you for another Hootsgiving.